So I wanted to jump on this afternoon and spend a little bit of crafty time with my crafty peeps, because maybe some of you may not know, but our area has gone into a 7-day lockdown due to a COVID infected person roaming around our nice little country town for probably about 10 days. So I'm going to give you a little bit of time to get the notification that I've gone live. Maybe some of you may get the notification, maybe some of you may not. But I thought I just want to hang out with my crafty peeps. So when you jump on, please say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. And let's just generally have a fun, awesome, crafty session this afternoon. So, as many of you know, our mini catalogue and celebration time has gone live. So, we're able to purchase out of the mini catalogue right now. If you don't have your hands on these catalogues, then by all means, please reach out to me. There's a link in the description of this video, and you can click on it to be on my mailing list, and I would be more than happy to pop one in the post for you if you don't already have a demonstrator and if you live in Australia. So hey Helen, how you going? So what I decided to do was, in this lockdown situation, I wanted to hang out with my crafty friends. So you're probably going to make me feel a lot better about the situation. So as many of you have probably been watching the news, we're in a 7-day lockdown, and the person that has been roaming around in our hometown with the COVID virus has not checked in any of the QR codes, and so they're having a hard time tracing where he has been. So at the moment, I'm just staying put. So I'm staying at home, and you know what that means? More crafting time. So as I said, mini catalogue has gone live. Celebration, for every $90 you spend, you can earn a free level 1 item, or for $180 you can earn either 2 level 1 items or 1 level 2 item. So I thought what I would do is, if I'm in a 7-day lockdown, you know what that's going to mean? 7 days of videos. How does that sound? 7 whole days of me jumping on. So hopefully lockdown will only be 7 days, and that's as far as it goes. But if not, it just will probably mean more videos if that's the case. So I wanted to play with the Merry Snowflakes today. So I'm just going to start casing out of the catalogue. Sometimes you see the pictures in the catalogue and you think, how in the world did they create that? So I decided that I would just jump on and create some of the things that they've done in the catalogue. So first of all, you can see here, gorgeous stamp set, Merry Snowflakes. So gorgeous stamp set, beautiful, big, large sentiments. So, and gorgeous snowflakes, and some beautiful, what we call sentiments for the outside of your card and sentiments for the inside of your card. So you've got your large sentiments for the front, and then you've got your other smaller ones for the inserts of your cards. So it's a great stamp set for that purpose. Then we have these awesome dies, and as you can see, brand new, haven't been taken off. Hey Denny, how you going? Please stay safe. As you know, these dies are absolutely gorgeous, and I haven't played with them yet, so we're going to have a bit of a fun time today playing with some of the stamps. So everyone say hello to my daughter. Denny Lee's on here, so that's my daughter. She's obviously at work at the moment, probably in her lunch hour. So say hello, it will make her day. All right, so I've got to find... I'm going to start with some Blushing Bride cardstock, because I'm just going to case the card that's in the catalogue. So this one just up here. So I'm just going to see how we go. I'm going to see what's happening and see if I can case that card. All right, so I'm thinking I need Blushing Bride ink. I'm thinking it looks like Misty Moonlight. Yeah, Jenny, I know the COVID is, yeah, it's not fun, I can tell you, but this is actually in our hometown, like totally in our hometown. So, and our hometown's not that big. So, all right, and I think it looks like Granny Apple Green, I think, from the colors there. Oh, do I have some of that twine? I don't think I do. Oh, yes, I do. I do. Well, I think I do. Or maybe that's not it, but it can be something similar to it. Okay. I've got black and white. I don't have the blue and white. I don't think I do. Let me see down here whether I do. I don't think I do. No. Although I do have some leftover white twine that I could probably use, and it's retired, but that's okay. All right. Okay, so now I need some white cardstock that I can stamp some of these images and go from there. So I'll just grab some white cardstock. Okay, so we're going to stamp some of the snowflakes. So when you're looking for inspiration, sometimes it's great just to use our catalogue to find that inspiration. So that's what I normally do. My go-to plan, first of all, is to look at the catalogue, probably create something that they've already done in the catalogue, and then that gets you creating a little bit further. All right, so I'm just going to trim that back a little bit. Just going to trim that sheet in half, so I've got a half sheet and I can stamp whatever snowflakes I want to stamp on there, and I'll be good to go. All right, so I'm just going to bring in the snowflakes that they have in here. So we've got that one there, we've got that one there, and we've got that one there. Hey Bruno, how you going? All right, so I'm going to stamp this cute little one in Blushing Bride. So I'm just going to ink up the Blushing Bride and stamp that one there. And we have matching dies for all of these. So now this bundle, you can purchase this bundle for $86.25 in the catalogue. So really just the bundle and one more thing and you will qualify for a free item. So probably whatever embellishments I decide to use, you'll find that you'll qualify for a free item if you purchase this bundle. And of course, when you purchase a bundle, which means the stamps and the dies, you get to save 10% by doing that. So now let's open our Misty Moonlight. I'm going to do the large snowflake in Misty Moonlight. So we'll do that one there. Okay, actually could have been Misty Moonlight stamped off. Let's see. Oh, I think it looks like Misty Moonlight stamped off. We will see. Okay, and then the small one in our Granny Apple Green. So sometimes even too, we can stamp a lot of these. Oops, and that one didn't stamp properly. We could stamp a lot of these snowflakes and just cut them all out. Oh, I'm getting a halo there. That's not good, but it's okay. I'm going to cut it out with the die, so I shouldn't see that. Hopefully I shouldn't see that. All right. So we've got that. I might just bring in the cut and emboss and we'll cut those out. And pardon me today because I'm actually going to use my magnetic plate with my cut and emboss so that I don't have to chase the dies all around the place. All right. So this is my old magnetic plate out of my Big Shot machine, my Stampin' Up! Big Shot machine that we used to sell. And I use it quite often when I'm crafting because it's fantastic to keep your dies in place where they're going to be. All right, let's try it that way. All right, so let's pop this on and we'll get the dies out and see which dies. Where have we got it? Okay, so these dies have got the outside. So you can see here we've got the outside dies and we've also got the inside dies, but we're just going to use the outside ones to cut these snowflakes out. So that one and that one. Okay, so they're pretty easy to line up. So like that. There, that one. Right there, and this one here. I'll try it on this little one. There. Okay, so let's run those through. So as you can see, they've got the outside dies and they've also got the inside dies. So if you used them, you still use yours, Glenda. If you use them on a sheet of cardstock, so some of our coloured cardstock, you could do them that they're going to emboss that nice stitched shape. Or if you're doing what I'm doing, we're stamping and then cutting out. So you can see there. Cute. All right, so we've got our, I think I'm going to cut the other little, I'll cut the others out as well, because I think the lighter Granny Apple Green one, I think is probably going to blend in a little bit better. We'll see. We'll make the decision when I go to put the card together, whether I should use the lighter one, like the second stage stamping, stamped off, or whether we used the full strength color. Okay, I'll just pop those on. Now, it's also got another set, oh, that moved. It's also got another set of dies in here that are, I'm going to do that separately. I'll do that one first because it wants to move. It's got another set of dies that do embossing, which is super, super fun. So I'll show you that as well. So we've got that one. Right, now let's grab the little one, and I'm going to put that, just going to pop that right in the middle. That's not the little one. Okay, where did I put the die? The medium. And of course, yep, the little tiny die has gone missing. Anyway, we're going to have to move on because I can't find where I put the little die. That's not the little one. Nope, it's a bigger one. I'm sure I'll find it. Oh, there it is. My bench is a marbled grey bench. So, of course, the dies, when you try to find the dies on my marble grey bench, they just blend in and you can't see them. But that's okay. I found it. Everyone stop looking. Oh, Michelle, you're watching in my lunch break. In your lunch break. Hey, Sam, how you going? All right. So this is called Lockdown Crafting. Maybe I should have a nickname, Lockdown Crafting. I'm going to do a session with you guys every day during lockdown and see if I can cope. Do you think I can do that? Do you think I'll be able to keep up with doing a session every day? Maybe. All right, so now it's got some white strips, and it's this die here that they've used. So this is like an embossing die, or it's a die that it doesn't actually cut out on the outside. And of course my sticky, I don't like that, but anyway. All right, so I'm going to cut some strips of this. I'm going to measure how wide that is. Okay, so it looks like it's about 1 3/4. I wonder, could I do just 1.5? Let me see. Let's see what 1.5 looks like when I put the die on it. 1.5. And yeah, 1.5 is great. So I'm going to do 3 strips of 1.5 inch. That, 2 and 3. All right. Now I'm going to bring in the cut and emboss again, and I'm actually still going to use the magnetic cutting plate. All right. And we'll run those through. So I'm going to, whoopsie daisy. Run that through like that. I can do it, Glenda, you think? I think I can too. Someone actually said to me, so how is lockdown going to affect you? Yesterday they said to me when we heard that we were going to go into lockdown, I said, my days won't be much different. I mean, admittedly, I won't be able to work on Friday, and sadly, my helper Rhonda that comes and we spend some crafty time each week, we won't be able to do that. Look at that. How cute is that? Okay, so we've got that. I could have probably done it 1 1.25, or maybe 1 3/8, maybe, but it's okay. We're going with 1.5. You're finishing some pie making, Shirley. We know what's for dinner at your place then. All right, so we've got that one and a third one. So what it does is it just cuts that little pattern in your paper. So you could actually do like a whole layer of this in behind, which would be really, really good. Okay. All right, so we've got that. Now, we'll pop that out of the way again. So we've got our 3 strips. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now they've got actually a square of our basic grey, or a rectangle of our basic grey. So I'm going to bring out my stitched rectangle dies, which bear with me until I find my stitched rectangle dies. Stitched rectangles, look at that. Oh no, there they are. Okay, so let's see which rectangle is going to look really good in behind a sentiment. So I feel like it's one like that, or it could even be one like this. I think it could be one of those two. So let's just see what that's going to look like. So it's got the sentiment in Granny Apple Green. Actually, maybe it's not even Granny Apple Green. Maybe it's Pear Pizzazz. So the sentiment goes, oh, it could even be, no, I actually think it's this one. Okay, so I think it's this one. We're going to do that with our basic grey. Being in lockdown is probably going to give me a little bit of time to, I was trying to catch up. The only problem is I don't have the storage part to put it in, but I was trying to catch up with doing my layers and cutting all my card base layers, because one of the things that I do that makes creating a lot easier is actually cutting my card bases down to size, so that whenever I go to craft, I can choose what color card base I want to use and it's there, ready to go. So I've done 2 drawerfuls. I've got probably a 3rd drawer and maybe a half of a 4th drawer to go of getting all of my cardstock up to date with my card base layers, and then card bases, and then I will probably end up cutting some card base layers as well. Hey Robin, how you going? All right. Hey Joanna, I didn't see you there. I did hear, Joanna, is there someone in the Boggabri mines or something that had COVID as well? I did hear Boggabri mentioned, and I was like, oh no, not your lovely community. And ours is a little bit the same. It's a bit scary. When you live in these small country towns, you feel like you're a little bit hidden away and protected from this dreaded virus. And then someone comes into your community and just, yeah, blows it out of the water. So all I can say to all the Northern Rivers peeps, stay safe, stay home, stay safe. All right, so we've got that. Now I'm going to need a strip of white for the sentiment, so I'll be able to do that. And we're going to stamp, may your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. How cute. All right, so I'm going to do that in the Granny Apple Green. I feel like it was probably Pear Pizzazz because Granny Apple Green's a little bit bright. But actually, you know what? I'm going to stamp it in Pear Pizzazz. I think it will just look a little bit nicer, not too over the top. And I think I might use my stamped off version. Probably had I looked up what the recipe was for this, I could have told you exactly what they've used, but near enough is good enough. So I'm just going to go down there. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. All right, so I'm going to cut that down a little bit because it's a little bit too wide for that sentiment. So I'm just going to grab my little baby guillotine and trim that down. And yes, I have taken the guard off my guillotine. It's because I like using it that way. But many would probably say, and now I've cut that too much. So let's stamp that again. Let's stamp it on my piece of paper here. I cut it down too skinny after all that. We'll go again. Okay, so let's stamp it down the bottom here. I know, Shelley, I did hear that he tried to escape last night. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, isn't it? Everyone's just got to do the right thing. Hey, Kaz from Queensland. How you going? Okay, so let's go about there, I think. Yes, that looks much better. Yeah, I did hear that, Shirley, on the news, and I was like, really? It was at Boggabri Coal, but turned out to be a false positive. Oh, well, that's lucky on your part. Lucky, Joanne. Okay, so I'm going to go like this, at an angle like this, and at an angle like this. Okay, so that's got my sentiment layer. All right. So I think we can start putting this together. We have all our components. Now, I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to change this up a little bit more just to add a little bit more emphasis to my card. So I'm going to fold that card base in half like so. I think what I'm going to do is take my Blushing Bride and I'm just going to stamp a couple of little tone on tone snowflakes around the place. Whoops-a-daisy. Oh, let's get another card base. That's about the first time I've ever done that. Can you believe that? I'm actually throwing out a card base. Well, I won't throw it out. I will. Let's try inking this up again. Okay, that's what I get for not keeping my eye on what I was doing. I was too busy looking to see if there was any more comments. Okay, there we have it. So I've got a couple of snowflakes around the place. Now these here, I'm actually going to cut them down because I think they could be a bit thinner than what they are. So I'm actually going to cut those down as well. I think what we might do is cut them down to, say, 1 1/4. But I'm going to take 1/8 off each side. So I'm going to take 1/8 off there. And then I'm going to take 1/8 off the other side, and that will bring it down to 1 1/4. Yep. That's good. So we've got that. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one. So I'm going to take 1/8 off that side. Okay, I'm going to cut that off. a little bit long for me to be doing this, and an 1/8 off this side, which will take it back to 1 1/4. Okay, that. Do the same thing with this one because I'm going to cut it down anyway. So an 1/8 off this side and an 1/8 off the other side. So note to make a note here, cut them at 1 1/4, not 1 1/2. They look much better at 1 1/4. Who agrees? Mari Shell says, watching from California. I know, I love this set too, Mari. I think it's an awesome set. Okay, so they've got these. So I'm going to actually cut them down to, I'm thinking 4 inches, because my card base is 4 inches wide. So I'm going to cut it down to 4. Like that, and this one to 4. Okay, so that's looking good. We can go 1, 2, 3, and I'm covering up exactly where I've stamped, so I'm going to stamp some more. Okay, grab that stamp again. I'm going to stamp some more down here. I just wanted it to be able to poke out. So I'm going to stamp 1 up there and 1 down on this bottom corner. So 1 down here and 1 up there. Just so we can see them poking out from behind. Much better. Because I covered up the 2 that I stamped. You think I would have checked that beforehand? Yes. All good. All right. So we've got that. We've got this. I think I'm actually going to use the white twine because I think the white will look nicer on this. So we've got that one. We've got that one. And we've got this one down here. Cute as a button. Do I want to use that one or do I want to use that one with the sentiment there? I think I want to use the darker one, to tell you the truth. I like the lighter blue one, although I cut that one out better. I've changed it all around. I'm going to go that way. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is this one here. I'm going to glue directly straight down onto the card base. Nice and straight. So I'm just going to use my Seal Plus. I'm going to pop it up there and get it nice and level up there. Okay, so the next one we're going to put at a little bit of a jaunty angle. Okay. Just a little bit like that. And then the third one, we're also going to put that one on a little bit of an angle as well. Okay. Do I want to go that way or that way? This way, I think. Like that. Okay. And then I'm just going to that little tiny bit that's overlapping there. I'm going to trim off. And there's another little tiny couple of bits over here. I'm just going to trim those off. All right. So we have that ready to go. Now, oh, I do see something that they've put in under here. Now, this is when you've got to really look closely. Can you see just underneath the sentiment there, there is that gorgeous, gorgeous shimmer ribbon, which I have some here. And that just adds another little bit of yumminess to the card. So this one here, this is called, okay, so if you purchase this bundle and this ribbon, you would be able to qualify for a free item, free celebration item. So this gorgeous ribbon here. All right, so that is actually just in underneath the sentiment, and then the sentiment layer is popped on like that. All right, so I'm actually going to, with that, I'm going to grab my Seal Plus. I'm going to run some Seal Plus along there, and I'm just going to pop that just up above that stitched area, just like that. And pop it in. Okay, so like that. And we can do that, and that looks cute. All right, our sentiment layer I'm going to pop up on dimensionals. Hello, people from Texas and Michigan. Hello, welcome. So if you're coming in late, I decided to jump on and craft with all my crafty peeps because I'm in lockdown for 7 days. So I'm going to bring you a card every day for 7 days. Okay, so we've got that and we've got that. All right, so I'm going to, with my Seal Plus, just pop some Seal Plus on the back and pop that right there. This one here, I'm going to pop up onto some dimensionals. I think probably 2. Misty saying lockdown, but yay to cards. Yeah, I agree. Yay to cards. So that one there. This one here. We'll pop on dimensionals as well. So I'm just going to pop the dimensionals in the middle of that snowflake so it gives me room to be able to layer over the top of that sentiment. And this little one here, we're going to layer up as well. And I did cut that differently. They've used something different there because it's cut out differently. Oh, I know what they did. Okay, so obviously with this one, because I was looking at it thinking it looks really different. But with this one, you could actually rotate the die and have instead of the die coming here where that stamped bit is, you could rotate it and have that coming out in the middle there. So that would create, you can see here, I was thinking, why does that snowflake look a little bit different? Can you see there? So instead of popping it on the end here like I have, they've straddled it between those 2 points of the snowflake. So that's what makes the difference. Amazing. All right, so I think I have a piece of cardstock here. Well, I have this piece here. I thought I had a piece of cardstock left for the insert. I do. Does this fit on the insert? Let me see. It will if I cut it down. So it needs to be cut down to 5.5. Okay. So I think for this, may your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be bright. What's another sentiment we can have here? Merry everything. I think we might do that. Merry everything. All right, so I'm going to do that in the Misty Moonlight. Thank you for liking and sharing, Doris. That is awesome. Thank you very much. So merry everything. And then I'm just going to stamp some of these beautiful snowflakes inside. So I'll stamp this one here, like that. We will stamp this one in, I think I'm going to do Pear Pizzazz this time, because I think the Pear Pizzazz looked better. Actually, I'm going to do Pear Pizzazz just here. And then I'm going to do the larger one in the Misty Moonlight. just down in this corner here. So look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Just grab some of my paper towels to wipe my desktop where I just stamped off. All right. And we'll pop that into the insert of the card, and then we just need a couple of embellishments and we are done. So I'm going to do that. Now, the embellishments that I think I'm going to use are our gorgeous ones that go with the in-cabin suite, or the cabin suite. I can't remember the name of what it is, but we have these gorgeous, they're called, what are they called? Subtle Shimmer Sequins. Look at these. Aren't they yummy? They are so, so yummy. So I'm going to pick up some of those and pop some of those around the card. So I'm just going to use my glue dots. And I'm just going to pick up some of those, the pearly ones out of them. So I'm just going to use the putty end of my take your pick tool. Pick up what I think is a pearly one, although it looks a little bit silvery. Let's try another one. Oh, that's what I want. One of those. And another one of those. Okay. So that's more like it. Although it just fell off. We'll try again. Let's go there like that. Right, now we're right. Let's pop one there. Let's pop another one just up here. And I'll grab another one. I'm getting all the other coloured ones that I want instead of the pearly ones like I wanted. The struggle is real, people. Okay. Let's try again. That there. Cute as a button. I feel like I want to put the silvery one in the middle of one of those snowflakes, if it wants to go there. I'm struggling with these glue dots. Pretty card, Pam. Yep, just casing out of the catalogue. One there. Let me do a really nice, beautiful silver one in the middle of that other snowflake up the top. There. It's because my putty's everywhere. It needs squishing in. Let's, oops. Wow. I'm making these glue dots look harder than what they have to be. They're really not this hard. All right. So who is loving this gorgeous bundle? Who's a snowflake fan? Look at that. Honestly, these are beautiful. All right. So there you have a super cute card cased out of the catalogue using our Merry Snowflakes bundle. So if you absolutely love this and you really enjoyed what I did today, as I said, all of the things can be purchased through my online store, and you just need to go to stampingwithdonnag.com and you can shop with me. You can see there the monthly host code in the bottom of the screen. That is for all orders that are under $250. If you purchase this bundle and maybe some of the ribbon or maybe some of the sequins. So maybe some of the shimmer ribbon that I used, which is here. I will actually list all of the items in the Show More box on YouTube and in the description over on Facebook. After I finish doing this video, I will update all of the links, and you can shop on the links in the Show More box down below. It will send you straight to my store and straight to the product that we have. But you can purchase, as I said, the bundle for $85, I think it's $85.95, plus one of the embellishments or both of the embellishments, and you will earn a free celebration item. All right, so everybody stay safe, stay well, and I will see you all probably sometime tomorrow for some more crafting. I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you very much for being my crafty peeps and letting me able to hang out with you this afternoon. It's been super, super fun. Okay, until tomorrow.